Dear Lisbon, 1 year ago I went on a solo journey to revisit the place where I lived my happiest moments during my gap year. The place where I spent 6 months in which I met amazing people, had experiences that I couldn't even dream about, but most importantly, the 6 months in which I felt free for the first time in my life. I started my journey in Porto as I felt like I haven't seen enough of it when I first visited it during my gap year. I booked a really cute hostel just for 2 nights, located right at the Riviera with a beautiful view. I spent 3 days in Porto, just walking around, discovering new places, and revisiting my already known favorite locations. I met some amazing people during my time there, with which I spent these beautiful days and the evenings watching the sunsets at the Miradouro.
Fast vlog for my video.
After that, I headed straight to Lisbon. I took a 3-hour Flixbus, and here I was, back in my happy place. A friend of mine offered me to stay at his place for a few days. I was so grateful that I could spend this time without worrying about hostels and booking accommodation. I spent the first few days just wandering around, visiting my favorite spots and discovering new ones. One of my friends just gave me his room, so I'm here for the next 4 nights. This is my bed, and it's so pretty. This is my room for the next 4 nights. This is my bed. This is my stuff. Some lights. To sleep now. I spend a lot of time at the beach as I miss the feeling of living by the ocean and being able to go there anytime I want. I discovered my favorite restaurant and I just couldn't get over the food there. I ended up going there probably around 6 times during my 6 weeks in Portugal. It's located in this beautiful building in the center of Lisbon, and it has a beautiful inside garden where you can eat in peace and quiet. After a few days at my friend's place, I met another friend that offered me to stay at his house since he was leaving for a trip and the house was gonna be empty for the next 2 weeks. I finally took a trip to Sintra, where I was planning to go for a really long time when I was still living in Lisbon. The place was even more stunning than I have imagined. I walked around the palace and then took a long walk down the hill. On my way back, I noticed this cute little cafe where I decided to stop and grab something to eat. The food was absolutely amazing. After that, I took a train back to Lisbon. I kept thinking about all the amazing things that kept happening to me lately since I came here. I ended up in so many unexpected places and parties, and most importantly, I met people who I had no idea are gonna become my lifelong friends.
Foi embora. Olha só como é lindo meu amor. Estou feliz agora.
I even decided to give one more try to selling my art in the streets of Lisbon, a thing that I used to do all the time back when I was still living here. I spent my long nights admiring the view from the window in my temporary house and planning where I was gonna go next. I decided to spend some time in the south before my boyfriend comes to visit me in Lisbon for a few days. I took some recommendations from my friends and decided to visit 2 little towns on the coast, where I spent my time with new people that I met, relaxing on the beach and learning how to surf for the first time in my life. During my time in Porto Covo, I felt probably the most relaxed, calm and peaceful that I have felt in months. The beach and the sound of the ocean make me feel so grounded and present. It was a feeling that I've been searching for such a long time now, and I couldn't believe I was finally here, just listening to the sounds of the ocean. I just couldn't get enough of it, so I just spent hours and hours sitting at the cliffs, looking into the sun, admiring the ocean, and journaling. After spending some days in the south with my boyfriend, I decided to go for a week to Arifana, where I tried surfing for the first time ever. I passed 7 days in a little community house where with all the other people every day we were surfing, cooking and living together. I went to watch the sunset every single day, and even somehow I managed to end up in a rave party in the middle of the mountains. I had a lot of time to reflect during those days, so I made a habit on going to the hills with a view for the sea every single day to sit down and journal. And it was the perfect time to reflect on all the things that have been happening in my life lately. This was my last stop in the south before going back to Lisbon. I spent my time just watching sunsets and going to the beach every single day. During the last week in Lisbon, I got the most amazing opportunity that could have ever happened to me in that time. I spent days and days on thinking about what to do in this last week there, when I found this amazing group on Facebook called Host a Sister, and it's just basically a community of women who travel and just help each other. So I wrote a post asking if someone could host me in Lisbon for a few days, and I got the reply from the sweetest girl ever, and she just said that she needs someone to stay with her little kitten for a week, which was exactly that time when I needed a place to stay. So I stayed there for 1 week taking care of the little kitten, and it was the most amazing opportunity ever. The kitty was the cutest and I had such a hard time saying goodbye. I just couldn't let go. I spent like hours and hours crying when I had to leave because of how attached I got. But it was the most amazing time that I could have imagined, and I am so grateful for it until today.
Just last night in Lisbon.